This week, I'll lead you through a short-ish restorative practice for those days and those moments when you need to press the reset button, take a break, pause everything for a moment. And we're trying to do this with minimal effort and minimal props. Let's get started. What feels restorative or calming depends on the person. I personally find backbends and twists calming, so that's what this practice is about, but in a very soft and gentle way. The props that I'm suggesting today would be just 2 pillows. I have one large pillow and then one small pillow. So any kind of cushions, pillows you might find at home, maybe from your bed, maybe from the couch, or you could just fold, roll up blankets. Nothing too high. We'll try to keep this very soft and gentle today. And once you have found all the props, we're going to start in a supported back bend. Hopefully with a cushion, this is quite a gentle back bend. You might have one cushion there, you might have 2, so you can take a moment to find what kind of support you'd like to have under the back. We'll keep the pelvis closer to the mat, and then we'll lean on top of that support. So very much depending on the shape, the size of your cushions. You might want to have extra support under the head. So I'm bringing this smaller cushion under the head. I'll have the large cushion under the back. And then see where you'd like your legs to be. You could have your knees bent, maybe knees leaning against each other. This might be a bit more gentle for the back. You might extend your legs all the way down onto the mat, onto the floor. See how that feels in your back. Or some people might like to opt for a butterfly shape or cross-legged shape in the legs. So you might bring the feet together, turn knees out to the sides. Very much what you need in the moment. So let yourself adjust. And arms could be out on the sides. They could be very close to your body. You could also give yourself a hug. So you could wrap your arms around your body. That might sometimes feel calming, soothing. Find your shape, find your place in this first supported back bend. And then give yourself a few slightly slower breaths in and out. Inhaling through the nose and exhale through pursed lips. Focus on lengthening the out breath. Maybe the out breath could slowly become longer than the in breath. So we are consciously slowing down our exhalations. That's where exhaling through pursed lips can be helpful. And after those few breaths, if you find it calming, focusing on your breath by slowing down the exhalations, then stay with this breath pattern of inhaling through the nose, exhaling through pursed lips. If you feel that it's not helping you in this moment, then let go of that breath pattern and just focus on following your in-breaths, your out-breaths, without slowing down the exhalations. More just observing your natural, relaxed, easy breath pattern. Whichever way you're breathing, let your mind stay with the breath. Noticing each breath in and noticing each breath out. If you need to adjust the shape, maybe adjusting the legs or adjusting the arms, feel free to do that. Let yourself find the easiest way through those changes, finding that minimal effort in your practice today. We could spend another few breaths in this supported back bend. Notice how you feel now before we transition into the next pose. When you feel ready to do so, we are going to slowly bend the knees if you had your legs extended, or close the hips if you had them in a butterfly pose. And then from lying down on the back, slowly lean onto your right side. Slowly bring yourself up to sitting on the right hip. You can bring your legs close together. And we're going to move into a closed twist, just leaning over that pillow. So turn your chest, your belly towards the pillow, towards the cushions, and then lean down. You might bring hands under the head. You might bring your head all the way down onto the cushion or mat. And you can turn head either way. You might also let your arms slide out to the sides, overhead. Or you might bring them down close to your sides. Once you have found your shape, your pose, invite your awareness back to your breath. Through the minimal effort in our physical practice today, we are allowing ourselves to harvest some energy. Give a moment for the body and the mind to rest, to reset. You can let yourself, breath by breath, sink into this twist. As always, remember you're not stuck in the pose. You can always adjust if needed, especially if you start to feel any pain. We could spend another 5 to 10 breaths in this twist. Of course, if you want to come out of the pose earlier, you can always do that. And either after your 5 to 10 breaths, or when you feel ready to do so, slowly start to find your hands back onto the mat. And with the support of your hands and arms, just slowly help yourself up out of that twist. And we're going to just roll on to the other side, turn on to the left hip, turn chest, belly towards the pillow, towards the cushion, and slowly find the twist on the other side. This side might be different, so feel free to adjust. You might have your hands, you might have your head in a different place. Leave some space for your breaths. Again, we could spend another 5 to 10 breaths in this twist. If needed, you can still adjust your pose, allowing you that time to rest in the second twist. After your 5 to 10 breaths, slowly, slowly, again with the help of your hands and arms, bring yourself up into a seat. And now you could bring your legs on top of your cushion, top of your pillow, and then lean your back, your shoulders, your head onto the mat, leaving your legs supported on top of that cushion. You might bring legs into a gentle butterfly if that feels good after that twist. Just give yourself 5 to 10 breaths here, feeling that opening across the chest, in the belly area, at the front of the hips. Feeling that support under your back. Allowing yourself to give your weight onto the mat, onto the floor. No longer needing to hold yourself in any kind of shape. Just letting yourself sink in. Allowing yourself to feel supported. And then slowly with your next few breaths, you could start to bend your knees, stepping feet onto the mat. And we're going to use the legs to bring the cushion as close to the pelvis as possible. We're going to go into a supported bridge with that cushion under the pelvis or under the lower back. So elevate your pelvis just slightly off the mat and hold the cushion, the pillow under the pelvis. You decide how high up it comes under your back or if it's just under the pelvis. Like before, you can choose to keep your knees bent, maybe knees leaning against each other. You might extend your legs. Or you might bring your legs into some sort of a butterfly or cross-legged shape. So again, the butterfly is when we have feet together, the soles of the feet turned towards each other, knees turned out to the sides. We're not looking for a big stretch. We're looking for a very gentle sensation where we just get that awareness, get those gentle messages, gentle sensations from the body, inviting our awareness inwards to observe the sensation. And letting the body rest in the pose. If you want to open arms,
further away from the body, or even bring them overhead along the floor. You are very welcome to do that. And like before, you can also give yourself a hug. You can bring arms around your chest. Let yourself listen to what you need in this moment. We could spend another 5 to 10 breaths in this supported bridge. If you feel like bringing yourself back onto the mat before that, you are very welcome to come out of this pose earlier. After your 5 to 10 breaths, or when you feel ready to do so, slowly bring your feet back onto the mat. Elevate your pelvis slightly off that support so you can slide the cushion back under your legs. Or you might, of course, move that cushion to the side. Bring yourself onto the mat without any support under the legs. Let yourself find one more gentle, soft, resting pose for another couple of minutes. Giving yourself a moment to check in how you feel now. And I would invite you to find that slower breath one more time. A slow breath in through the nose. And a slightly longer breath out through pursed lips. Taking a few of those slower breaths, helping the breath induce that relaxation response in the body, in your brain, in your mind, through the whole nervous system. And then let go of controlling your breath. Take a few more just easy, relaxed breaths here. If you feel like staying here for longer, you are more than welcome to extend this resting pose. If you would like to close the practice in a seat, take a couple of deeper, bigger breaths in and out, inviting some movement to your body, maybe moving the hands, moving the feet. You could stretch the legs and arms out. And then in your own time, roll down onto one side to bring yourself up into a seat, into any easy seat. And give yourself another few breaths in and out, closing your practice. If it's a part of your practice, you can bring your palms together in front of the chest. And as always, at the end of the practice, most importantly, thank yourself for slowing things down, for taking a moment to press that reset button, for taking a break, pausing everything for a moment. And thank yourself for looking after yourself today. Sometimes we need to take that break. And I thank you very much for joining in, for sharing this practice, for sharing a few deeper breaths today. And I hope to see you in the next video. Namaste. Thank you.